You won't believe how fast things turned on Vince Gill. He had it all. 21 number 1 hits, 22 Grammys, a voice so smooth they called him the golden boy of country music. But then, one decision flipped his world upside down, and half his fans turned on him, all because he fell in love. It was the year 2000 when Vince Gill married Amy Grant. Both had just ended their marriages. For some fans, especially in the Christian community, it wasn't just controversial. It was unforgivable. Radio stations dropped their songs. Protesters showed up at his shows with signs calling him an adulterer. It was brutal. And yet, that wasn't even the hardest part of his life. Vince's story didn't start on a stage. It started in Norman, Oklahoma, in a house where music and the law somehow coexisted. His dad was a federal judge who came home from court and played bluegrass on the banjo. His mom played harmonica. It wasn't unusual to hear legal debates at dinner and banjo jams on the porch by nightfall. That odd balance, serious by day, soulful by night, shaped Vince in ways no one could have guessed. But life hit hard early. Vince was born with crossed eyes. He went through 2 painful surgeries, and even afterward, one eye still wandered. He started wearing glasses not just to see, but to hide. Kids teased him. He felt broken, so he retreated. Not into silence, but into music. At 10, his world changed again. His half-brother Bob was in a horrific car accident. The damage left him with permanent brain injuries. Vince watched his family crumble under the weight of that tragedy. His dad took on extra work. His parents' marriage began to fall apart. Years later, Vince said those dark times taught him the true meaning of loss, and that pain found its way into every song he wrote. His escape? A guitar. One summer, he picked up his grandma's old acoustic and taught himself to play Old Shep in half an hour. No lessons, just instinct. His family knew then, this kid wasn't just playing music. He was music. They saved up and bought him a Gibson electric guitar. It was $800 in 1967. Today, that's like buying a used car. But they believed in him. By high school, he was in a bluegrass band called Mountain Smoke. And then, this really happened, they opened for Kiss. Yup, the rock band with fire and face paint. The crowd wasn't into fiddles and mandolins. They wanted blood and pyrotechnics. Vince got booed. Someone threw a shoe. He lost it, flipped off the audience, mooned them, and stormed off stage. Not exactly his finest moment, but he didn't quit. Instead, he joined Bluegrass Alliance, then Boone Creek, playing alongside Ricky Skaggs. He was just 20. Already redefining the sound of modern bluegrass. A year later, he moved to LA and joined a band with Byron Berlin, a fiddle legend who played with everyone from Bill Monroe to the Flying Burrito Brothers. In '78, a band called Pure Prairie League came calling. Their lead singer had just quit. Vince had opened for them once before, and they remembered him. This time, he said yes. At just 21, he became their frontman, singing, writing, and playing everything with strings. His voice gave the band new life. Their song, Let Me Love You Tonight, cracked the Billboard Top 10. But just as things were heating up, their label went bankrupt. The band lost its deal, and Vince left. He tried to go solo, signed with RCA, put out songs. None of them took off. The dream was slipping. Then, Rodney Crowell called. Vince had turned down a spot in his band once, but now he said yes. That group, the Cherry Bombs, was stacked with future legends. Touring non-stop with them taught Vince everything about surviving in the business. It also gave him a lifeline. In 1984, thanks to his old bandmate Tony Brown, now an exec at RCA, Vince got another shot. He dropped his first EP. It didn't blow up, but it showed Nashville he had something real. That same year, he was named ACM's top new male vocalist. But the real breakthrough came 5 years later. In 1989, Tony Brown, now at MCA, convinced them to take another chance on Vince. They released When I Call Your Name. It didn't follow the trends. It set them. Country, pop, rock, bluegrass. It all came together. The title track nearly hit number 1. It won awards. It won hearts. And it won him his first Grammy. From there, Vince exploded. From '92 to '94, he had 4 number 1 hits back-to-back. His voice was everywhere. He became Nashville's go-to guy. Not just for his music, but for his humility. He lent his vocals and guitar to everyone. Reba, Bonnie Raitt, Emmylou Harris. If you had Vince Gill on your track, it meant something. But behind the success, his marriage was falling apart. In 1998, after 17 years, he and Janice Oliver divorced. His next album, The Key, was raw, stripped down, and heartbreaking. Critics called it his best yet. Then came Amy Grant. They'd met years earlier while still married to other people. The chemistry had been obvious. When they went public, it sent shockwaves. Amy's Christian fanbase was devastated. She was supposed to be untouchable. Instead, she was human, and so was Vince. They were judged hard. Some radio stations banned their music. Protesters showed up years later, calling him a homewrecker. One group even waved signs at his show. Vince walked up to them and said, "Jesus also talked about forgiveness. You guys don't have any of that," and walked away. Then came the health scares. In 2020, a routine heart check revealed Vince had a rare condition, PAPVR, a defect he'd unknowingly lived with for decades. It could have killed him. Weeks later, he and Amy both had to undergo open-heart surgery during a pandemic, alone. Then in 2022, Amy had a horrific bike crash, knocked out cold, memory loss, brain injury. A 5-hour throat surgery followed. She couldn't sing, could barely walk. Vince canceled shows and stayed by her side. Through it all, he didn't leave. And just when you think life would ease up, it didn't. Vince developed vocal polyps, arthritis, back pain. He had to cancel shows, adjust his lifestyle, and then scammers struck. A fan named Joyce was tricked into sending $450,000 to someone pretending to be Vince online. It shattered her life. Vince's team issued a public warning. If someone says they're him online, it's not, ever. In 2025, he was hospitalized for kidney stones. At 67, the hits weren't just on the charts anymore. They were coming for his health. Still, he kicked off his biggest tour in years, a 50-year celebration of his journey. 30 cities, 4 emotional nights at the Ryman. His voice still rich, his band tight, his heart wide open. Vince Gill isn't just a music legend, he's a survivor. Through fame, loss, heartbreak, scandal, illness, he kept showing up. He kept playing. And that, more than any award, is what makes him unforgettable. If this story moved you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know your favorite Vince Gill song in the comments.